So council meeting last night, it was quite adventurous. I don't know what the word would be. Contentious, informative.
Yeah, informative.
Yeah, let's go with that.
We'll go there. It was a long evening. Yesterday was a really crazy day. We things were popping up left and right. We, have since the last council meeting done a lot of research and trying to, figure out. There were a lot of unanswered questions, trying to answer those. And make sure that we were on the same page with the city on expectation, what we could and could not do here at the station.
Correct.
But really, I just want to start today by, and this came up last night, I want to start by thanking all of our viewers, our loyal viewers, for reaching out to council members, reaching out to us. We've had calls into the station. I was somewhere yesterday and had probably 6 different people in 10 minutes say, hey, we're rooting for you guys. And we've been following this, and we've called council members, and we've talked to different people in the community. And that's great. I just want to start by saying that we here at Total Media, Jackson County Broadcasting, and all of our businesses here appreciate the support and the interest in the topic. However, we do not condone the harassment of council members. We appreciate that you're calling them. Emailing them. We do not want you to chase them down, especially when their children are with them. So while reaching out is great, there definitely are boundaries in how you reach out. And so we just want to make it known that in no way, shape, or form of any way have ever encouraged anyone to cross the boundary lines with council members. And also, I feel like we, as a media company, report honest and accurate as we possibly can. And we have never set out to vilify anyone.
No.
I would never do that. That's not me as a person. That's not Jennifer as a person. That is not our ownership group. That is not anybody that works at this station. We have reported on the most accurate, up-to-date facts that we have been given. We requested and had been given. We followed proper procedure of how to get the contracts through public record requests. And I hate that there are members that feel like we have vilified them, because I want to say it again, that is the last thing that we would want someone to take away from our show.
No, our point is to present the facts and then let you all decide. And we presented facts that we were given and that we had requested, and I guess it was perceived as we were not, that we had an agenda or
absolutely
something,
not.
and we certainly don't want that. And the one thing that I said the other day about the city council, and of course nobody probably mentioned to tell them this part that I said, and that is that I commend this council for one thing, and that is they try to do their homework. They try to not make a decision based on what someone else says they should do, or they try to get the facts, do what's legal, do what's not legal, or, not do what's not legal. And I do commend them for that. And, that's been part of our problem all along is with this contract, there were a lot of unanswered questions. And unfortunately, the answers are all clear as mud. Some of them.
Yeah. And that's,
and that's where we're at.
Yeah. And we can keep it short today. And that's what, we and really in the last 24 hours had some of the answers to questions pertaining to the contract. We finally found those answers. Our contract has always been with the city of Jackson, and not with Spectrum, previously Adelphia, the multiple cable companies.
Frontier Vision.
We've always been with the city of Jackson. And now that we do have clear guidelines set by the cable company, we are not able to sell advertising on the channel. As everyone and our viewers can see today, we as a company would never intentionally do anything illegal. We would never intentionally go and try and go above anyone's heads. We wouldn't. That's just not us. We wouldn't do that.
No.
So as you can see, because there are guidelines, there was still some gray area within those guidelines. We're taking precaution here at Total Media. As you can see, our plasma is turned off today. We want to make sure that we're in the safe zone. If there were guidelines passed on to the city of Jackson from cable companies, they were not built into the contract that we had with the city, and they were not passed on to us. However, we do appreciate that we now have these guidelines that Mr. Swackhammer, they did do their homework, and we were able to contact somebody.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that, you're dealing with, a contract that started back in like 1984 or something. And just as, I'm familiar with liquor law because, and so are you, because you're involved in this establishment. We literally have to have someone come in and give us a class every year because laws change.
Absolutely.
From year to year. So we don't know that, when back in 1984 or 2001, the things that we were allowed to do, perhaps maybe we're not allowed to do today, but we were never informed about that. And that's not I guess it's everyone's fault and no one's fault all at the same time. So, but the whole fact of the matter is we would never intentionally do anything that was illegal or would put the city in jeopardy or anything of that nature. My dad and I did this show a long time. I've been here for a while now, and we've been doing what we've been doing with the best of intentions, and honestly, for you all out there, that's why we're here. And it's we're your channel. We're not anyone else's. We're not our channel. We don't, again, have the egos that we have to get up every morning and sit and talk.
Right. So that's, the biggest piece that came out is we're unable to sell advertising to support the channel.
Right.
As our viewers know, we are self-funded here. We do rely on advertising dollars and sponsorship dollars to fund the station, to be able to bring the Apple Festival to the different meetings, the different festivals. There's so much, all of these programs that we bring to the community. And so without that, we are unable to operate and move forward. Last night's meeting, we did discuss, obviously it was the third reading of the proposed contract. Within the 24 hours, really yesterday, we found out all of these guidelines that would make that contract neither party would be able to sign it in good faith. And we both came and recognized that. Like I said, the city doesn't want to do anything illegal. We definitely don't want to do anything illegal.
Absolutely not.
And so both parties came together and said, hey, we know we can't do this contract. I did talk in the late hours yesterday as things developed through the day with Mr. Swackhammer on doing a contract extension so we wouldn't go dark. That contract extension would have extended our contract for 90 days with us following FCC guidelines of what we were given in the last 24 hours. So we wouldn't be selling advertising. We did try to have a conversation on if we would be allowed to, per guidelines, have sponsorship, which we are allowed to have sponsors.
So we're getting into the superintendent versus supervisor at the city versus sponsorship versus,
and there is a clear line, and it's almost more of educating everyone on what we can, because unfortunately in this industry there can be gray area. It can change, and we don't want that. We want clear and concise rules and guidelines so we can operate to the best of our ability and, accurately. And so the emergency ordinance for us to continue on, so we do not go dark, was not passed. For our viewership, for an emergency to pass, you have to pass on a 5-2 vote. We actually did pass on a 4-3 vote. We had 4 council members in our favor for the extension, for us to continue negotiating with the city. We had 3 council members opposed. And with that, we will be going dark
Mm-hmm.
after our show on Thursday. I hate making that announcement. I may get emotional. I'm new here, and
Yeah. No, darn it. We're not allowed to hang out anymore because Jenna,
can't
can
be
you come over here and do the
partners
show?
yeah, Pete, where are you? John? No, it's my reason for being so passionate. I love media. I love our community. I love everything Jackson. The viewers at home that can't access Facebook, that's why
Right.
I have tried. No, you're really crying. Oh my gosh.
Here.
Thursday's going to be a tough day for us. We have fought for those people, and there is a lot, and this is a very complicated subject matter,
And
we
this is
could
not a
sit
blame
here-
game to the council
No,
at all
absolutely
because
not.
they are protecting the city, and
Absolutely.
we totally understand that.
Absolutely.
Totally understand it.
Yes, and there are a lot more pieces and parts, and we could literally sit here all day long to discuss how, and we would need, the funding that would be needed, how the city, how it's such, there's just so much. But we're just reporting on last night, and
Yep.
that is that the emergency ordinance was not agreed upon, and we will go dark. Again, we understand the city is watching out for the city,
Sure.
and we are
And the
watching out
taxpayers.
for ourselves.
And our viewers.
Yeah, and our viewers.
So it's like it's really it's a tough struggle.
Right. This has not been an easy position for anyone to be in.
Mhm.
I believe our council wants the best for the city, or they wouldn't be on city council. They
Sure.
wouldn't want to do that, and obviously we're fighting for it. So we will go on Friday. Will be our first stream Facebook show. We are going to work on some fun surprises, and who knows? There may be some more developments in the future. There's a lot that could come out of it, but we are just so grateful. I'm so grateful for our viewers. I'm grateful for all the people. Like I said, I had 5 or 6 stop me just yesterday.
Yes.
And just say they're watching and they're cheering for us and they love Jackson. And we'll still be able to bring that to you through Facebook and
our YouTube channel.
and maybe some fun other creative channels too. Who
Yeah,
knows
you never
what's up
know
our
what we're going to
sleeves.
get into, which is terrifying. But so here's the deal: if you are a cable viewer, you have a few days if you want to continue to watch the show. It's very simple, but maybe call your grandkids or
Yeah.
or your kids
Yeah.
or whatever if you can't quite figure it out. Anybody that has one of these can watch the show.
Smartphones, iPads,
anything like that.
absolutely. And that's, questions on how to find it. We're happy to, if you want to call into the station, we're happy to help direct you to the channels that we will have available. So that's that.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's any further discussion with council about this or not, but yeah, we won't be here much longer. So, but that's okay. We'll just do it a different way.
We'll be on Facebook.
That's right, which we already are.
We are on Facebook. So, yeah, that's, what happened last night. It's been an emotional process. It has been a very physical and mental, emotional process. And I think all parties are feeling it. And there were a lot of frustrations from a lot of people in the room last night. And ultimately, we all truly want what's best for the citizens of Jackson and surrounding areas also.
Yes.
Because our reach through our cable spectrum channel reaches past the city of Jackson. And so
Very much so.
yeah. And so again, I just want to end by thanking everyone for calling us, for reaching out to us. This hasn't been an easy process, and
It really has not been.
Hasn't been an easy process, but we are
Like, we love each other, but like we don't want to see each other anymore. Like, to have a meeting, because it's just like been a lot.
It's been a lot, but no, that's what, I encourage people to go to council meetings. I had never been prior to really this experience, and
It's enlightening.
It is. There's a lot of issues. There are a lot
Very
of issues
enlightening.
discussed at every meeting that affect us as citizens in the city limits that we may not understand, and I think it's enlightening just to see the conversations that are had. And so I just encourage people, even though our topic will, won't really be on the ballot anymore to chat on, but there will be other issues in the city that they'll be discussing that are incredibly important also.
That's exactly right. And, again, we are your show. Our job is to bring you information and bring you fun things and make you smile a little bit and provide you with, things that you might not be able to see otherwise. So,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for coming up. And she and I aren't allowed to hang out anymore because we cry.
We do. We do cry. I can't believe I just teared up. That's a new one for me. So
No,
awesome.
it is. It's incredibly emotional, the whole thing, and
It is.
and I think the council feels the same way. And so anyway, here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Well,
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna exit.
All right.